Who are you, huh? What do you want from me?
If you build it, he will come.
If there was any movie that really inspired me to keep going and not give up on the dream that is called YouTube, it's this movie. If there is a movie that can bring me as a grown man to tears, it's this movie. A movie about a game that is so beloved in the US and only a handful of other countries around the world. A movie about baseball, but it's not really about baseball. But is it any good? Let's find out. I'm Meffistoe. Like, share, and subscribe because this is my review of the movie Field of Dreams.
This game is a part of our past, Ray. It reminds us of all that once was good.
Field of Dreams is based on a book by W.P. Kinsella called Shoeless Joe. Phil Robinson, the director, really wanted to adapt it into a movie and worked on the script while keeping in contact with Kinsella himself. He pitched the idea numerous times to 20th Century Fox, but they were reluctant on making it. So Robinson went down the street and shopped it around, and it got picked up by Universal. Because Universal didn't really think they would make serious money, they put it on only a limited amount of screens, but the word of mouth spread, and the movie ended up being a smash success.
They couldn't see it.
This is really interesting.
The story revolves around Ray Kinsella, a corn farmer that lives with his wife and daughter in Iowa. Ray is still haunted by his broken relationship with his father and the fear of growing old without doing something significant in his life. One day, Ray starts to hear these voices that compel him to build a baseball field instead of a portion of his own cornfield.
Annie, what was that?
What was what?
That voice just now. What was it?
Once completed, the ghost of Shoeless Joe Jackson appears and asks him to play with some friends. When the players do appear, it seems like only Ray and his family can see them, but nobody else can.
Do you see the baseball man right now?
Of course I do.
But yet, Ray is still not easy, and the voices he hears tell him to just keep going, forcing him to find a recluse author named Terrence Mann and to rope him into this adventure that both are on without knowing what will happen next.
I'm not gonna get rid of you, am I?
No. If you just come to this game with me, I swear to God, I will never bother you again.
The movie carefully blends the mundane, everyday things with the fantastical and magical. The baseball is there, but it's only a vehicle to a deeper story about regret, forgiveness, and the chase of your own personal dreams. Ray is compelled by the unseen quest to build things, to find people, and to bend them to his will, and later on, help them achieve their own hopes and dreams through this baseball field. The first manifestation of that is Shoeless Joe Jackson. Joe has a unique story from baseball. He was a part of the White Sox team in 1919 World Series that have lost on purpose because of collusion with gamblers. Shoeless Joe did admit to the crime initially, but later he recanted, and according to his World Series record, he may have been truthful. Regardless, his career as a baseball player was over, and his ghost was the first one to connect with Ray and make the connection with the weird voices that keep Ray doing these tasks and driving him insane.
Getting thrown out of baseball was like having part of me amputated.
The movie itself is filled with established actors, with Kevin Costner playing the lead role as Ray Kinsella. The director Robinson was afraid of even approaching Costner because the actor just finished working on another baseball movie called Bull Durham. But to Robinson's surprise, Costner, having read the script, completely agreed to be on board. The next notable cast is the young Ray Liotta playing Shoeless Joe Jackson. And as always, the man did a great job with just a handful of lines that he had in the movie, even though secretly, he found the entire concept of the movie ridiculous.
Ty Cobb wanted to play. None of us could stand a son of a bitch when we were alive, so we told him to stick it.
The other significant role is Burt Lancaster, the well-established Hollywood veteran playing Dr. Graham. This was Lancaster's last film role, and in the manner of the film's ending, quite an emotional one. But my favorite character is Terrence Mann, played by the late, great James Earl Jones. Jones as Mann comes off as a political radical that really pushed the boundaries, but in later years becomes a recluse and even an outcast. But he becomes the pivotal part of Ray's journey and the one man that could help him decipher the whispering messages. This was to me James Earl Jones's greatest role ever. Emotional, powerful, and a lot of times funny.
You're from the 60s.
Well, yeah, actually.
Out! Hey! Back to the 60s.
Wait a
Back.
second.
Like I said, Field of Dreams is more than just a story about baseball. The game and its setting is just a way to touch upon the greater meaning of fulfilling your dreams. It starts off a bit mundane and then becomes this kooky and weird story and transforms into a touching tale that speaks to our basic human wants and desires. Each of the main characters and even some of the side characters are broken in some way and seeking a path to fulfill their dreams in order to make themselves whole again and to be content with the way they live their lives or the way they will live their lives in the future or in the past. It's a little bit weird to explain, but that only starts the moment they make their dream into a reality.
I better be getting home. At least she'll think I got a girlfriend.
I will highly recommend you watch this movie. It is slow going at first and a bit tedious, but it only gets better and better. And by the time it ends, you will only want to stay in that moment and enjoy it. It's a real feel-good movie and it has a real message attached to it. And it's all told through the lens of America's greatest pastime. And on a personal note, there are only a handful of movies that will make me cry in certain moments. This movie has 3 of those moments. I really connect on how Ray gets his resolution, and I think it speaks to a lot of people.
And I haven't once asked what's in it for me.
What are you saying, Ray?
I'm saying, what's in it for me?
Is that why you did this? For you?
I thank you for watching, and remember, hope is a good thing, maybe even the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. I'll see you on the next video.